Grand Rising, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time zone or time frame you guys check me out from. Go ahead and subscribe and hit that like. Let's get right into this. You guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. Supposed to been going live yesterday afternoon, but you know what I mean? I'll be having people come out here, cut the grass and stuff, and forgot about that and got caught up. Once my son gets home, I'm gonna be spending time with him. Or at least, you know what I'm saying, making sure I'm in proximity. So I'm probably not gonna get online until like 9 in the afternoon. So I'll readjust my schedule and just go live in the AM and make content for you guys in the AM instead of going for my walks and stuff then. And I'll go for my walks and stuff after two. Just a minor adjustment. But let me tell you something, man. As an extremely attractive masculine man, I know you guys are tired of these leftover women. Like I know you guys like it's getting bad. And it's getting to the point where as men, we have to come up with a system um of detoxing. Obviously, a lot of us just get offline for a little bit, but can we just talk about the fact that every time I turn around and I open up TikTok, YouTube, there's some black woman bashing black men or just men in general. You know, and if you're scrolling, you're blocking them, next thing you know, a Becky will pop up. And then now you got to deal with this white sarcasm, this passive aggressiveness. So you go from aggressive, which I prefer. Okay, if it got to deal with the two, I prefer aggressive because I can see them coming. I know that passive aggressive is the thing I can't stand the most. Like a smart mouth Becky with that passive aggressive white superiority complex, but she be dumb as hell. You know, I can't deal with that. I can't deal with that. So it's just getting to the point like I just got through stretching and stuff, you know what I mean, got up, did some push-ups, some sit-ups, took my shower, and I'm getting ready to crank out this workout, you know what I mean, knock out this insanity workout here in a minute. And as soon as I open up the app, because sometimes I open up the app, I want to get motivated before I work out. There's this new challenge on TikTok called the Young Ho Challenge, and I'll be just scrolling through them, man, just scrolling through them, you know what I mean. Titties. Boy, I be just scrolling through them, man. All different versions and flavors and just having a good time. And in the middle of me looking at these titties from this Young Ho challenge, they're going to slide in a video from some black chick called K. Petty Brown. And this chick is going off about Gen Z. And I'm just like, oh, okay, I can mess with it. But then she brings up, she's talking about how Gen Z can't get along in any kind of corporate job because Gen Z don't show up to interviews dressed properly. And then they'll get an attitude with the interviewer. They're just damn near impossible to deal with. At least Gen X, their parents knew how to shut the F up and get the work done. Because Gen X definitely knows how to get the work done, like working. They don't know how to do that. Hey, what's going on, fam? What's going on? So she was talking about that. And then at the very end of her video, she says something like, and this goes, she was talking about how you have to go along and get along and how you have to submit and conform. And then at the end, she said something like, this goes for people that are entrepreneurs too. And that's what caught me off guard. Like, whoa, you was cooking for a whole almost 3 minutes. At the end, you threw that little entrepreneur jab, like go along and get along, huh? Conform, huh? So then I went through her catalog. I'm like, okay, I was about to block her, but I'm like, well, she had a whole 2 minutes and 30 seconds of talking that good stuff. I'm not gonna block her yet. Let me go on her page and see what she's talking about. The first 5 videos is bashing men in different kind of ways. I don't understand why black men do this. I don't understand why men are doing this. She brought up 90 Day Fiance. I don't know why Ricky from this Gen Xer, Ricky from. I'm like, why is she using Gen X? Like, what? Why is she using Gen X specifically? No one's doing that. I mean, I'm bringing it up a little bit, but no one else besides me doing it. But then I started watching her videos, and she had another video. And you guys, I talk about the ether a lot and the void. She literally mentioned the void and the ether. You know what I mean? And I know y'all are like, there is no coincidences, bro. People pick up on other people's vernacular and their cadence and their ad libs and the way they speak, whether they want to or not, if they're watching you enough. I was trained by the US government. I know what I'm talking about, especially when I got that White House training. I used to work for the White House as an engineer, especially when I got that training at the White House, okay? People don't just happen to pop up in your feed for one. I used to build algorithms, especially people you don't watch, right? Also, she's a black woman. Black women claim they hate us and da 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 da, da, but they won't shut the fuck up about us. They won't leave us the fuck alone, and they won't stay the fuck out of our spaces, and they won't stop fucking copying us everything we do. You know what I'm saying? It's so bad now that I'm starting to see black woman red pill podcasters. I don't know what pill you want to call them, but they're just a bunch of women podcasters getting online and just complaining about men with a podcast mic in front of them, giggling and laughing at each other, right? Just bashing men. The one thing that they claim that the red pill guys were doing, except at least the red pill guys was bringing out some stats and stuff like that or something, make it logical a little bit, even though they do be out there hitting, you know what I'm saying, bashing these women, hitting up the archetype all the time, talking about it. But that's needed, that's needed. As men, we're here to correct and change. So whether you like their method or not, it calls change and it calls, people to start thinking. But now you got these dumb, dirty assholes online just with a podcast mic in front of them that think, okay, they're gonna watch a bunch of content and then get online and just bitch about men. Their opinions, no stats, really, no facts, opinions. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what you're talking about. Hang on, bro. I'm in the middle of cooking. Let me cook. So these women, man, it's getting to the point where it's just leftover fatigue, bro. Like I'm on TikTok watching challenges because I can't watch content because every other video is some stankin' ass female bashing men. And 9 times out of 10, because the algorithm, it adjusts to who you are individually, they just keep sending me niggas. Like I'm trying to get out of this nigga talk the best I can. Like I'm blocking. I want diversity. They just keep sending me black chicks, just nonstop. It's like, damn, there ain't no other race of woman on here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just getting tired of it. After a while, you get tired of seeing black women bashing, us. You get tired of it. You get tired of it. And every time I see these ones bashing us, they are not women that qualify to even be saying anything. Because men that look good and masculine wouldn't pay them no fucking attention. It's always some chubby or straight up fat and definitely unattractive in the face black chick who like she barely takes care of herself, looks very homely, and then she'll be bashing black men. It's like, bro, that's their only way of making money online. I mean, it goes to show that they are so broken and jaded. And it's going to get worse, bro. There's so many of them single, and they're mad that they're single, and they're mad at you. They're single because of their attitudes and personalities. I'm not even talking about the way they look. There's a black man out there for every black woman. They'll like you whatever you look like. But they sit out here waiting on somebody like me, you know what I'm saying, that they don't qualify for. I wouldn't even look at them twice. And then they start studying my archetype and then bashing it. Oh, these guys think that they're all that. These black men, they start saying stuff that, black men they find attractive that they're studying online, whatever they feel about them because they know they don't qualify for us. They know we wouldn't even look at them. So they have all this opinion about us. Gorgeous women don't sit here and bash men all day long. Pretty women don't be up here bashing men. Just attractive women. We ain't even gotta go to pretty and gorgeous and fine as fuck. Just attractive women do not bash men all day. They might throw a little jab in there every now and again, but they're gonna be doing it kind of playfully, and it's gonna be a smile on her face and not a skull. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna be looking pretty. You're gonna be like, all right, whatever, man. I'm gonna let it go. You know. But these women be ugly in the face, mean mugging, frowning. You know what I'm saying? And I done told y'all about that frowning shit, man. Like, it's not good for you. It's bad enough you're already hateful, but frowning up your face, you're gonna be leaving, you know what I'm saying, your face distorted and just looking mean all the time. And you be like, why everybody say I look mean? Because you do. You look like me, like a stoic black man. Smile, motherfucker. And it gets to the point, man, where, it's like, man, what do y'all want from us, man? Shit. We done told these chicks, like for the most part, just like any other race of men, we prefer our race of women. Not good enough. They don't never do anything that we ask them to do. As a matter of fact, when we ask them to do something, they go the opposite and they babble their way through it to try to convince you that whatever they're doing is what they're supposed to be doing. just rebelling, just like Eve, just rebelling, just doing it to be doing it. We're like, hey man, we're tired of the stinking pussy. Our pussy's supposed to stink. Da, 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 da. A little flavor. Da, 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 da. Shut the fuck up. No, the fuck it's not. I can't stand that shit, man. Man, I'm telling you, if y'all knew how bad that shit smelled to a man, you would make sure you never had that smell. You would never traumatize a man like that. And then talk about it's supposed to have a smell to it. You're trifling as hell. Of course, it's gonna have a smell to it. If you're wearing tight ass fucking clothes all the time, you never let it fucking breathe. You eating fucking Cheetos and Takis and malt liquor and everything else that you can, and then you're letting some pookie fresh out of jail who was bait for the stay, dick covered in shit, from putting somebody's shit in your box, in your box. Instead of getting you a nice upright man like myself, clean, healthy, you go and find some pookie fresh out of jail, hoping he wouldn't bait for the stay. What the fuck you talking about? Of course he was. Of course he was. The hell? Won't call them those jokers down low or anything, but they be trying to call men like me and men that are getting it out the mud, clean, healthy. Be trying to call us some type of listen. The fatigue has set in, man. The leftover woman fatigue has set in. We don't really we're barely dealing with you as it is already. We're leaving the country. When I say leftover women, I mean American women, right? I just don't want to call American women leftover women. We're leaving the country. It's a mass exodus. There are black men. Hey, what's going on, Mike? There are black men, white men, Spanish men, and now even Asian men. You know what I'm saying? Online talking about how, hey man, and these guys were the guys that normally try to advocate for y'all. These are the black love guys. These are guys that think that all men that say something against women are red pill. We're calling me red pill, and I ain't even red pill. I'm a truth teller. You know what I'm saying? Red pill dudes don't even consider me red pill. When have you seen me collaborate with any red pill guy? Red pill guys take my content and run with it. Why in the world would I ever call myself one of them? And these pieces of shit are taking people's content and running with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that, but because I get on here and tell the truth about women, I'm a red pillar. I'm a red pillar, and I'm one of the first few guys to be teaching people about how to elevate. How to, be one with God. How God is in you, stuff like red pill guys don't talk like that. They recently are starting to talk that way. How to be the best version of yourself. I've been talking this way for almost 4 years. Right? I ain't no red pillar. Red pill niggas come to me to learn how to be a better man and get talking points. You know what I mean? I'm their daddy. I ain't no red pillar. But now, you know what I'm saying? Even guys that used to think that I was red pill or whatnot and thought that any man that said something against women was this bad guy. You go to the panels on TikTok, boy. You see these Negroes that were raised by single mothers going off on guys like us all the time. These guys get online and you get a podcast mic and these punk ass dudes. You say this kind of stuff all the time. Now these same guys are like, hey man, you got to go. We got to get up out of here. These guys are now on TikTok saying, I've tried with y'all, I can't do it. They done looked at the numbers and they're seeing that they can live better. The cost of living is cheaper over there. So that means a better quality of life. And they're looking around and going on vacations and stuff, and they're seeing how feminine. See, the problem is a lot of guys don't get out of the country and go on vacation. See, I'll pop up, I'll go out the country and not even tell y'all. You know what I'm saying? Or go on vacation, I'd even tell y'all, pop back up like a week later or whatever. But whenever you guys, they go overseas or they just get in touch with a woman that's, a foreigner, they realize like they see that femininity in them. Like the woman wants to take care of them. The woman, she's showing them that she likes them and, like she's trying to cater to him and do the things that women do. You know what I'm saying? Looking at him like he's the best thing since sliced bread. That when a woman looks at you like you just a superhero or whatever. Just look, that feeling, right? Like that's what these men are getting. So even these guys who wanted to believe that they could get a woman in America and used to bash men, passport bros, for leaving. The problem is, for one, the first gen of passport bros, just like any first gen, weren't going to be these super attractive guys. They're just waymakers. They're just ones over there getting it done. But once they get, you know what I'm saying, guys like me, get myself together, get custody of my kid, passport, then I can get over there. Now, they used to be like, oh, these were leftover guys. Nobody, no, no, no. Now there are attractive men talking this way. There are men with swag talking this way. There's men with riz talking this way. Men with plenty of money, all tall guys, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Guys with the face card and the physiques. All of us are talking about it. So it used to be, oh, we didn't want to anyway. Well, now all of us are going. What you gonna do about that? What you gonna do about that? So now, you know what I mean? These other guys are talking this way too, and these women are jumping in these panels going crazy. And these guys are like, man, I used to be on y'all side. I used to get on here and be very neutral. You see how quick they turn on you when you tell them what they don't want to hear? Do you see why I talk the way I talk? And even, the red pill, you see why they talk? Because you ain't been telling the women what they don't want to hear long enough. The minute you start telling them what they don't want to hear long enough, you're going to be all kind of this and that and every name in the book except a child of God. They're going to blame you for why they don't have a man. I've heard hoes online talking about these red pill guys and these podcasters are the reason why I can't find a man. No, bitch, you're the reason why you can't find or keep a man. He wouldn't be online trying to figure out, is he the only one dealing with this if you were doing the things you're supposed to be doing as a fucking feminine woman. But y'all want to run around here putting on muscle like a man, look like you fart all the fucking time, right? Look kind of funky, and then, you want to act like a man, move like a man, show a bunch of attitude, cosplaying men because you never can be a man because men don't move like that. You can't move like that as a man. You can get checked real quick. You can't be running around starting stuff with everybody because there's always a guy out there tougher than you. But you're a woman, you ain't never got to worry about nothing. Except maybe another woman, little cat fight, little scratching. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some of y'all be knocking each other out, but you ain't doing shit to a man. And ain't no man worried about you. So, you know what I mean? Like you think you're being manly, you think you're being tough, but men don't move like that. We can't. We can't, especially black men. We cannot show too much aggression. We can't move a certain way around people. And we damn sure can't be starting fights everywhere we go. We're going to get arrested. They're going to try to put us under the jail, or they might try to take us out this realm. But y'all can do whatever you want, because you're women. And you think because you keep getting away with it, that makes you tough. No, the society does not have as much repercussion for women, and consequences as they do men. That's just the way it is. But y'all just not thinking about that stuff. Like, you think you're tough. So, I mean, you got these tough talking ass women who don't know how to shut the fuck up ever. And then they're still complaining about not getting a man. And then us as men, we're trying to look for a decent one. Can't find one. Then you have a woman every now and again jump online. Don't condemn us all for what the some. There's too many of the some. That's the majority. Okay. So I'm not sifting through that trash looking for some diamond in the rough. Are you crazy? So it's just like, man, we have fatigue, man. We have fatigue. We're tired of you, man. We're just tired of you. I mean, every time I open up the app or open up my phone, it's just some woman complaining. And since the algorithm knows I'm black, it's always black women. It's always black women just feeding me rage bait all day long. And bro, I'm blocking them. Now, what kind of algorithm? You're blocking a certain type of content. You're blocking a certain type of woman. Is going to keep sending you the same kind of content and the same woman. What's the point in blocking them? I'm not only blocking them, I'm going over to the don't show this channel or are not interested. And on TikTok when you hit not interested, now you got to go into why you're not interested and hit a tab and it's all this extra shit. I'm doing this and they're still sending me the same shit. Right? The same shit. I'm not going to watch that stuff. So I have to watch content even less because these females are out here getting online, looking for a check and using the internet as their diary or their homegirl and just on here just running and babbling. It's never going to get them nowhere. How are you going to get a man talking junk about the men that you want? That don't make any sense. And now we have these idiots talking about, I don't like a man that has social media. Well, good luck with that, bitch. We all gotta have social media to keep tabs on y'all. But now you keep hearing these black chicks that you're talking about, I don't like a man with social media. Of course you don't. You piece of shit. Of course you don't. You don't want nobody keeping tabs on your stupid ass and all the dumb ass shit you say online to vent. Of course you don't. These shaming tactics, stupid ass shit. And it's not even like they're coming up with new shaming tactics. They just keep regurgitating and recycling the same old stuff. Any kind of way to make it seem like you're not as masculine as you should be, because every other race of man can be on social media. The fuck are you talking about? I'm like a man is on social media. Shut the fuck up. Your stinking ass should take whatever kind of man will come your way. You goofy ass chicks are gonna age out, just like Gen X. You're gonna age out with all this fucking attitude, man. And us as men, you're gonna keep working out, going on vacation, drinking our water, aging gracefully, and just watch you. I hope it makes you feel better getting online and saying all this stupid ass shit out of emotion every day, because you're getting to the point where we're getting disgusted with you. We're getting disgusted with you. And you keep thinking, well, if I just get online and go to a panel and run my fucking mouth and complain about what I've noticed, what is that doing for you? You stupid motherfucker. What is that doing for you? Every day I see you fucking leftover, fat ass, funky ass looking chicks on a panel with your deep ass voices running your fucking mouth, right? You shouldn't even listen. These dudes that do that on those TikTok panels, allowing those leftover women to come up there. If you're a dude, you shouldn't be letting any funny looking ass woman on the panel who is a negative person. She can be funny looking and fat and funky looking if she's being positive and jolly. You know what I'm saying? And joyful, peaceful. If she's a big, fat, funky fuck and she's running her mouth, no, man, she shouldn't even be up there. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Ain't nobody even attracted to her. Why are we gonna listen to her stinking ass? Ain't nobody attracted to you. Why are you even talking? Shut the fuck up. Not even attractive. Shut your dumb ass up. That's why, I can't be brought on those panels, man, because if I see some funky ass fat fuck trying to tell me what men are doing, I'm gonna be like, you can study us all you want. I want to know what life experience with a man directly can you pull this information from? And we need to know what this motherfucker look like, because a big fat woman will get like some pookie fresh out of jail or some broke bum ass dude and then be trying, no. Building her self-esteem up off that shit. And then really, when she's online complaining about men, it's that funky, dirty, dumbass, lazy, leftover Pookie that she's with, that she got to kick out of her house because he's a bum. And then she gets online regurgitating stuff she's heard other women say about men because she's mad because she got that Pookie while she watches men like me get it out the mud, build our own shit up, have my own land, having a house built, going on vacations, going to move overseas, have custody of my son. I'm in shape. I sound good. I look good. I move right. They watching us like, "Ah, I want one of them." You don't fucking qualify. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? You don't qualify. So what I'm saying to you, I haven't looked at the comment section yet because people get in here and a lot of them are Gen Z. And they think that if they run their mouth in the comments, then they can knock me off of whatever I'm saying. They're very low IQ. They do all kind of stuff like that, right? And it's not just Gen Z. There's some of them are just broken people that act like they hate me, but every time I go live, they just keep popping up, right? Some of these people I've even gotten into it with before. I called them out for them being a little sneaky, you know what I'm saying, trying to be shady in my comment section, and they wait a few months and pop back up again. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't care. I don't care. I'll get to them at the end of the live stream, put their comments up, and at that point, they got seen, but they didn't cause um the train of thought being thrown off like they really want to. Yeah, they wanted to, so they're disappointed, and still I'll post their stuff because I ain't got no problem with them. I just don't pay them no attention. But yeah, I'm just saying these leftover women, man. We got leftover woman fatigue. A good way of knowing you just not online that much anymore. You get online, you hit a couple scrolls, you done seen a couple stinking ass women running their mouth, and you get offline. You just like, fuck, I'm gonna go find something to do. That's fatigue, man. You're supposed to be able to get on there and get your little quick dopamine fix, you know what I mean, and get off of there. You can't even do that. You'll spend more time looking for some content you want to see, scrolling and blocking all this hateful rhetoric that's being used as propaganda to keep, the black man down or man down, men down. You know what I'm saying? Because there's white women on there bashing men too. So it's just getting to the point where it's we're tired of looking at them. You know what I mean? And then they think because we don't look at them, talk to them, interact with them, that we're gay or down low. No, you're just such a stankin' funky ass representation of a woman without femininity. We want nothing to do with you, right? You know, you women look like y'all don't shower much. It gets on my nerves just looking at you. Like I think y'all are the kind of women that be pooping and peeing all day and then wash your ass like twice a week. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see the point in y'all, man. I don't see the point of y'all. Y'all, to me, American women seem like they're trying to, do as much as they can to get away with things as possible. Like, "If I can get away with doing this. It just seems weird to me. They're not trying to, be as feminine as possible, as clean as possible, you know, as attractive as possible. It's like they're just cutting corners and just doing the bare minimum. And they're wondering why no men want them or we're not going after them. It's not worth it. There's nothing about you that seems worth the trouble. Not a damn thing. You won't stop getting online, bashing men in these fucking panels. You won't shut down these women. And I understand that some of these lame ass dudes bring up these busted ass Pillsbury dough muffin looking women and just have them run their mouth just so they can rage bait guys. I get it. I get it. But there got to be a little bit of control with this, man, because I'm getting tired of looking at it, man. I don't want to keep seeing women arguing with grown ass men. I don't want to keep hearing women trying to talk over grown ass men. I don't want to see women jumping in male spaces where it's a panel full of men and then she bring her stankin' black ass in there and feel like she's somebody's mama or mammy and feel real tough on the internet. Feel real, real tough on the internet. I'm tired of that shit, man. Tired of seeing it. Just tired of seeing it. And then I don't know where these dudes are. Well, they're starting to straighten up now. A lot of dudes are correcting these hoes. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. Shout out to a lot of them dudes on them TikTok panels that are correcting these hoes and blocking them and kicking them off the panel. I see it. I salute it. More of you need to do it. Okay? You women that host panels, you need to do it as well. That way when I go to a panel full of hackling hens, you know what I'm saying? Cackling hens or cackling hyenas, I block everybody in the panel, then block the host and move on, right? I hate seeing a panel where half of them are talking like they got some sense and there's one or two, hackling hyenas in there running their mouth, looking the part, looking at Five Below and having everything. Of course, you're observing everything. Five Below, you're not getting no action or no play. So you can sit back and just observe everything and then sit here and run your mouth about your observations. Fuck that. I want to know your life experience. I'm tired of hearing y'all talk about your observations. What y'all don't understand is a lot of these stankin' ass hoes are studying men like me online. They're not even talking about the men they meet in person. They're going off of the stuff that men like me are posting, and I'm posting whatever I want. Sometimes I'm posting rage bait. Sometimes I'm just posting crazy shit. And they're using that to build archetypes to complain about. Why you can't do that? You got to get to know me in real life. But we're making content. Bro, we're making content. It has to be entertaining. You know what I'm saying? And they're using us as an archetype to be watching and studying and then getting online and regurgitating. You know what I'm saying? Other women's hateful talking points about the men that they find attractive that they're studying. It's counterproductive, man. I don't think they really want us like that. When I say counterproductive, in the sense of common sense, if you really want a man, but I don't think they want a man. I think most of them are gay. They're projecting it onto us. I do think that most of them have through social media, movies. You got to remember, man, especially the black man. These Jewish, not Jews, motherfuckers aren't the real Jews. These Jewish motherfuckers have tarnished the image of black men so much globally, right? Because they got to make sure that everybody dislikes the real children of the Most High, the real chosen ones, especially the black men. They are terrified of the black men. They are terrified, right? I don't know what history they done hidden, from they done burned all kind of books and things. I don't know what they know about us, right? But we need to figure it out. 'Cause they make sure that there's always propaganda being put out to make the black man look bad on a daily basis. I mean, that is a machine in itself, pumping out daily content to make the black American man, not the black American man, look bad, pushing these dumb, dirty ass whores to the top of the algorithm that always have something to say and not pushing any of the women that are being positive. You know what I mean? I'll get white people in my feed throwing shade at black men. They'll be talking about, racial injustices, and they'll use black people as an example. Well, what if I would have? What if I was a da 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 with a black person, or if I was a? Why are you bringing us up? It's a white person and a doggone Indian talking, right? They do everything they can to rage bait us, try to tarnish our image. And like I said, the Jewish, they run everything, they own everything. The Jewish, I know y'all want to be like the white boy. Yeah, he do his part. But even he mad at the Jewish because he know they run him like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So again, don't be sitting over here just blaming the white boy. You got to go to the exact flavor of white boy it is doing all this shit. The Jewish. I'm gonna need for you niggas to look up these Jewish people, look up that Talmud, and then get on your shit so you can know who your main enemy is. I'm not saying that y'all still keep the ones that you already know what they do, right? But there's a tier above them. The ones that sit back in the background and be orchestrating shit. And unlike the white boy whose ego makes him want to be out in the forefront, these motherfuckers like being hidden in the background. Okay? So I'm gonna need for you to be, for us as black people, the real children of the Most High, to shed some light on these motherfuckers so that the shit that they do can come out to the forefront. Okay? What they're doing in the shadows with children and brand new babies that are circumcised, these rabbis and all this stuff, it needs to be brought to the forefront so everybody can know how disgusting they are. And everybody can know that they own the slave ships. They insured the slave ships and the slaves. They're the ones that are in the background, moving things around, all that stuff. You know what I mean? They're the ones doing it. Taxes and shit, they're the ones doing it. Overly taxing all this shit they keep coming up with. These subscriptions, they're nickel and diming us, man. I know I'm going on a rant or whatever, but every time I bring these motherfuckers up, man, just get pissed off. And they think they so fucking smart, man. I get pissed the fuck off. Sorry ass motherfuckers are living off of welfare. They have welfare towns. Jewish people in a whole town by themselves, or mostly them, living off of welfare, having like 15 and 19 kids. Pieces of shit. Let me stop. Anyway, these women out here, the bashing is endless. The bashing is endless. So I want you guys to understand that. Oh, I don't even let me get some of these comments somebody off here. It's getting late. And I got this insanity workout. What about Gen Alpha? My son is Gen Alpha. So he has Gen Z tendencies, but I shut that down. Anytime he starts getting like, yeah, nah, and not yes, sir, no, ma'am, no. That's how we talk. Hey, son, come here. Let me talk to you. I raised you better than that. Stop trying to be cool. Stop trying to be cool. Be respectful. Put your ego away. Be respectful. Okay? I don't play that shit. I don't like how Gen Z talk. If I'm talking to my kid and I can see in his face, he's starting to get emotional because I'm saying things he don't want to hear. I correct it. Hey, you're a boy. You're gonna be a man. You're 15. You're already 5'10". Damn near got a full beard. Okay? You're gonna be a big dude. You can't be getting emotional every time a man has to correct you. This is how men talk to each other. We're not women. So I do these things. You know what I'm saying? So that my at least one cannot be some egotistical, self-absorbed, sensitive ass motherfucker. But I don't know how the rest of Gen Alpha is going to turn out. I'm not really around Gen Alpha too much. Are they 18 yet? Or is the oldest of them 17? I don't know how old they are yet. I really like to wait until they're like, the legal age or whatever, so I can be like, okay, they're adults now, somewhat. Let's see what they're doing. But I mean, I see tendencies, but they seem kind of quiet to me. I don't know. Like my son's very quiet, but then again, he's my kid. I'm very quiet, and he's also an Aries, so them people they know how to observe, pick up on people stuff. Like my son, he probably studying the crap out of me. You know what I'm saying? So he's very chill, very laid back. But then I hear him playing his video game with his friends, and he is cooking them. He sounds just like me. He is cooking them. He be saying some smart ass shit. So I got to go in there and be like, hey, son, man, you got to chill out a little bit, man. They cannot think on a level you can. You can't be dropping stuff like that. I'll be like, damn, you cooking them. Oh. I was like, he must be the leader of his friends or something. I wouldn't be taking no shit like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta go up in there and be like, hey, man, chill out a little bit. Cause my son, he don't really realize how smart he is yet. Like, he got straight A's. He don't realize like, man, you school gonna be easy, man. Most everything will be easy. Yeah, it ain't gonna be hard for you to learn stuff because you're remembering. That's why if my son comes home with a B or something, I'm like, man, you can do better than this, man. You're way smarter than this. And then the next report card, straight A's, man. Like he just get lazy a little bit. I was way worse when I was growing up. When I was growing up, I was a C student, C and D student, because I didn't give a fuck. I was like, man, look, all this bullshit I knew in high school and that shit they're teaching us was bullshit. I just did. All them pictures were like paintings and not actual pictures of these people, and the history seemed fake, and it didn't seem right. And I'm just thinking to myself, and all I need to know is as much math as possible, English and reading, and I'm good to go. I'm not gonna let them brainwash me with a bunch of nonsense in my brain that I don't even need. Right? So he's better than me. He's working on his grades, he keeps his straight A's. My parents, they couldn't talk me into keeping straight A's for nothing. I want to get the fuck out of school. I'm like, I don't like being here, man. I feel like I'm in jail. I don't like being in no classroom. I don't like being in no school. My dad was like, you need to go to college. Da, da, da. I'm not going shit. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. I'm gonna be free. I'm gonna join the military. At least I can be outside. Can't stand that shit, man. Being in a building, trapped, feel no, I can't. No. But my son better than that. He's straight A student. You know what I mean? So I fixed that. I fixed that generational curse. And again, I don't want him being an entrepreneur. He don't need to be a free thinker. This is hard work. Man, get yourself a good career, where you can go to work. And then when you're off work, you clock out and you shut all that shit down and you do what you gotta do with your family or whatever. When you're an entrepreneur, it's 24 hours. Even in your sleep, you thinking about ideas. And it's 24. It's not meant for everybody. That's why you see a lot of people online burning out. And you got to have a passion for this, man. Like you have to have a passion to want to make change, a passion for your art to be expressed, and a will to never quit. Right? It's a lot, and it's a lot on a person. Unless you just have that, like, I want to do this. So trying to make sure I tell my son, just get a good job. Well, I mean, I need some facts on how Gen Z is better than Gen Alpha. Because you got to remember, like, only person around is my son, and he ain't gonna act up around me. He's not gonna do it. He might get to school but I go to the school and I talk to his teachers, and they're always like, he's the most respectful student we have, which I don't know if that's saying much, but it makes me feel good. I run into the principal and he's like, man, your son is like one of the most respectful kids, yes, sir, no, ma'am. I'm like, that's all I need to hear. I don't think they're lying for him, so I don't know. I know my kid is straight, and that's all I can worry about. That's all I can do anything about is making sure I do my part. Make sure he's a respectable young man that knows the world, right? You're a black man and you need to, step out your, give him the black man talk. When you step out the house, this is how the world views you, regardless how you view yourself. And you got to protect yourself, man. And just be aware of that, right? So I do my part, making sure he has self awareness. He can read a room. When we're around people, and they interact with us. If they're kind of smart assy or whatever, or throwing shade, we get done interacting with them. I'll talk to my son like, did you notice, what they were doing? Did you pay attention to da? He'll be like, yeah, they was, being smart. And I was like, okay, good. Okay, the best way to handle that, just not even get upset. Just tell them okay, smile, stuff like that. Stuff like that. I can only do my part. I'm gonna leave that comment up there. That's a good one, man. Damn, Mike, where you been at, dude? You over here dropping some, dropping some gems, man. Look at these comments, man. That's enough said right there. I ain't even gonna say anything else. I'm just gonna put the comments up and then get off of here. Mike got this. You guys subscribe, man. Hit that like button. This is wisdom right here. I agree with all this. I know that's the truth. Hey, bro, you let me know how I can find one like that. How can I find one like that? I'm gonna put that in my repertoire. I'm gonna put that in my list of things to look for. Never even thought about that. Here you go. That's what I'm saying. Let me know one that don't be in the mirror all the time. You know these chicks when they're going live and they're whatever they're looking at themselves. I've never boy you if you look at them they're looking at themselves adjusting. They're staring. They're not looking at the chat. They're staring at themselves. How you? I wouldn't be able to get online if I was doing that. I can't stand how close that camera be to my face. I can't be looking. I don't be looking at myself. I'm looking at the chat. You know what I'm saying? Unless I'm working out on TikTok and then I'm looking at my the way that I'm lifting, making sure that I'm doing it the right kind of way. My posture and everything is right, and I'm doing it slow and methodical. But other than that, I don't. But women will be like adjusting their hair. You can tell they're looking at themselves, and it's like, are you just going live to be able to stare at yourself for hours and then have dudes tell you you're fine? Bro. What's going on, fam? What's going on, Ronan? Ronan, it's early, man. I'm gonna get these comments up. These some good comments. Yeah, they might. But have you seen their tall mad man? The reason why they kowtow and bow down to their women. Have you seen the tall man? I'm mispronouncing it or whatever. But what is it? Was it TUMAD? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? TULMAD or whatever. I'm gonna look it up. I ain't gonna make no videos on it, but just look it up, man. Just look it up. I mean, they're out here doing so much disgusting shit. Of course, they probably let the woman do what she wants or whatever in the home because they be doing some gross shit, man. Especially with kids, bro. I didn't even know you can get away with shit like that. Not saying that she even want to, but like just hiding it behind religion. Like that's why I always have a problem with religion, man. It's like, no, you can't do shit like that and then say it's a religion. That pagan shit, like you can't be doing all this weird ass shit y'all be doing. You know what I'm saying? And then, calling it a religion. And then they end up, because what it really is like these little rings of pedos and things like that. Like the E Island thing type stuff, right? But they're hiding it behind religion. They love hiding shit in plain sight. So I'm just I don't like that shit. Like I don't like that shit. And they brag about taking out Jesus. They brag about it. They brag about it. So when people want to know who did it, they're the ones bragging about it. Those Gentiles, they're the ones bragging about it. That's why I think we used to call them Gentiles. I think that's why they came up with that Goyim term. They always copying something. You ever notice that? They always copy something. Like especially black people. Like they like doing this thing where like, black people used to be able to call people racist. You know what I mean? Before everybody was like, oh, you're pulling the black card. Then these motherfuckers came up with, oh, you're being anti-Semitic. Wait a minute, wait a minute. So now, as a white person, somebody can be racist towards you. And they want to be like, oh, well, we're not just white, we're Jewish. You look white to me. You look white to me. So now you at the top of the food chain and no one can say nothing to you. They take stuff from different groups of people to be able to cloak themselves and never have any repercussion. Oh, you're anti-Semitic. This way we back in the day, we deal with racism in this country, man. So we had to call these people out being racist, right? They done took that shit and ran with it. Anti-Semitism. So now they can call a black person racist. We have no power to do nothing. They have all the power, and they can call me racist for speaking the truth. Fuck you. Call me whatever you want to. Piece of shit. Ronan's like, I guess I'm in a full rant. You're right, man. I appreciate you. Well, I say a few things about Gen X because Gen X always got something to say about millennials, man. Like, but they for the most part mind their business. So I try not to say too much. I try to preference it like all dudes and content creators, so that all of Gen X, because I rock with Gen X, man. Of course, I'm a Zennial, so that's like the closest group, you know, to my age group, right? And my younger brother, I would definitely consider him a millennial, and I'm a Zennial. And then my older sister is like 2 years older than me, so I consider her like a Zennial, but she considers herself a Gen X. And my oldest sister was born in the '70s. So she definitely is Gen X. I mean, full out Gen X. Minds her business, has her opinions about stuff, wants to run everything. And if she can't, then she ain't got nothing to do with you. So, you know what I mean? That's full out, Gen X. So I'm very familiar with these people, right? They're in my family. So I know. Um, so I don't be going after them too much because again, both my sisters are good women. They're married, all that good stuff, right? But Gen X, man, they have their ways, man. You know what I mean? They have their ways. They were the first gen right after the boomers, so they had to do with boomers for the most part. Like, and you know how boomers are, man. So I can't go after them too much. They were the first gen to have to calm down those boomers. Y'all just don't understand how the boomers were. Some of us still have boomer parents. Y'all don't understand how boomers are. You just don't know. You just don't know. That's all the comments right there. So yeah, man. I said that's all. I ranted. I want to make sure I get it done before 3. I'm gonna go ahead and knock out this 30-minute insanity session, and then I'm gonna get back on here. I'm just procrastinating, but this actually motivates me. You know what? Next time I get on here, I could have been walking this whole time. Damn, this is 46 minutes of walking I could have done. Damn, boy. I like optimizing, man. So now I'm gonna do some stupid shit and go for a walk outside of the live stream. Instead of going for a walk while I was live streaming. You know what? From now on, when I do these kind of live streams, I'm walking every time. This could have been almost 50 minutes of a weighted vest walk at a moderate pace. You know what I'll do? I'm gonna do insanity and then go live again. We'll have another chat. I won't cuss as much, so the ladies will come up in here. I'll label it nice. We'll have a nice long chat for about 30 minutes, and I'm gonna go for a walk at the same damn time. I'm not gonna sit here and cry over spilled milk. We're just gonna do better. We're gonna fix it. What's going on? Good to see you, Mike. Glad that you're back. Look, y'all. Again, I was supposed to go live more yesterday, but a couple people came by the house, and then I got on the phone, and then it was just like, man, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take a nap before my son gets here. And then, yeah, I said a nap. And then once my son got here, it is what it is. And he don't go to bed till 9. So what I'll do is, you guys might not see me in the afternoons because that's when I get most things done. But in the morning, like in the AM, not in the morning, in the AM, um, up until like 12 or 1, I'm going to be making content. While it's nice and cool outside, getting back outside. Believe it or not, I was outside yesterday morning. I was walking. I just did not feel like going live. I was enjoying the nature and the wind blowing, but today we'll start doing that. I got all my nature walking in yesterday, but in the afternoon I'm probably gonna disappear because that's when I get things done. So at nighttime, like now, I'll be making reaction videos and stuff, and then in the morning we'll be outside and we'll be doing the walk and talks and things of that nature. So make sure y'all are on the lookout for that. I'm gonna do insanity, then get back on here with you guys and go for a walk. Mike, appreciate you. Ronan, appreciate you. James, appreciate you. John, appreciate you. Dragon Draws, appreciate you. Dragons Draws, sorry. Appreciate you, appreciate you. Again, you guys subscribed on the tribe. Of course, I rant on here, I rave, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm just giving you the truth. I'm telling you how I think. I'm keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real. What's the problem with that? You know what I mean? I'm not on here being bland and worrying about how I come across. I'm just being me. I'm just being me. I'll be back on here for the walk. So we're gonna do that together. You guys, the walk is boring as hell. I used to scroll on TikTok because that's the only time I scroll is like if I'm walking or I'm doing something. Like I don't just scroll like wasting time. I don't like wasting time. But I can't scroll anymore. There's not enough young ho challenge on TikTok in my feed. Like I'll be watching a couple young hoes doing their young ho challenge, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm saying titty, titty, titty. And I'm being motivated. And the next thing you know it, some leftover Five Below pop in the feed. These men, bitch, I'm trying to enjoy this walk. How you getting my feed? In the middle of two hoes bouncing their titties. Damn. You know what I'm saying? So I can't do that. So all I'll do is get on here. And now we have to talk to y'all. Y'all can talk back. And next thing you know, it's like now it didn't even feel like I was on here for 50 minutes. I might be able to get a whole hour-long walk-in talking to y'all. The way I like to ramble and rave and rant and chatter and babble. A whole hour, man. So I'll be back on here for sure, for sure. I'm gonna put this up here. What's going on, AJ? Okay. Again, y'all, I don't have a problem with Gen Z that have some sense. And a lot of them are the ones that follow me. But that's a small, small portion of that generation, right? And you're like, oh, of course you would. Well, listen, if Gen Z's rocking with me as much as the Gen Z to do, as much as I talk shit about most everybody, and they're able to get wisdom from what I say and not get offended, of course that's a good person. It's gotta be. You gotta be a tough motherfucker to listen to me and not get offended by what I say because you're so mentally strong. You know I'm not talking to you. Everybody else think I'm talking to them directly. It's like I don't know what it is about people, man. I just be talking and they think I'm talking to them, and they get super offended. I don't even know you. I'm just talking in general. You know what I'm saying? And they get super offended, and they just be like, want to tell me about myself, or some women that don't want to be mean to me be like, oh, I'm not like that. Baby, I'm not talking about you. I'm not. I don't even know you. I'm talking in general about what I see. And if it applies, if it don't apply, let it fly. If it do something about it. Don't come to me and try to correct me. I don't give a shit. But fix it so you don't get triggered by it anymore. That's all. I get triggered by content as well. And when I do, of course, you know what I'm saying? I block them. I got this thing now where I'll repost and I'll say some smart ass shit in a little, because when you repost it, they give you on TikTok a little space. Just like on Instagram where you can put in about 250 words or whatever. I'll say some smart ass shit right in there. I'll repost it and say some smart shit right in there. You know what I'm saying? And keep it trucking. And if I see that person again talking crazy or reckless, I block them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to see more than one video of you running your mouth. By video number 2, you're blocked. I always give y'all one shot. You know what I'm saying? Okay, maybe I just caught one of the videos where they were just ranting. I done seen another video where you ranting and going, man, you're blocked. You're blocked. I block so many people every day. Man, I would love to see what my block number is. I'm probably getting close to a few hundred. You know what I mean? I block a lot of people. I need to check on that. I need to check on it. I mean, I can agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I can agree with that. All I'm saying is, um, and I believe we're in that time of the devil's short reign and all that good stuff, right? But we still need to be civil, respectful, courteous. You know what I mean? Have some manners. Um, Act like we got some good upbringing, came from a good family, raised right, like we say in the South, stuff like that. We can still do stuff like that, even though we are going through what we're going through this devil's short reign and all this crazy stuff they're doing out here, CERN and the weather modification and faking these doggone moon landings and using horrible CGI and yeah, they're doing a whole lot of shit. They're doing a whole lot of shit. I was watching a video on TikTok where they were showing these old statues in Europe. I don't even know what these creatures are supposed to be, but they literally have like these statues of these, I don't know, entities. They wear clothes and stuff like men in a way, but they have demon faces and they're eating babies like children. Like they one of them has a whole kid in his mouth. Like it's weird. It's weird shit going on, and they're putting right in our faces to damn our souls. So I get it. I get it, but we still need to represent God in this. We need to be nice to each other. These women, man, they are so spiteful, and bro. When I watch these women, especially the black women, because it's easier to see black people's soul through their eyes. For the most part, not all. You know what I'm saying? Some of you white folks got a lot of soul too. I'm just saying, like, I'm looking at their eyes, man, and they're kind of dark, like not lifeless, but kind of dim, and it's like pain. It's like pain. It's not like they're just talking, and it's pain in their eyes, man, and that anger in their face is pain, is hurt. And I'm just like, what the fuck are they so hurt about? What is, I don't know, but it's not my responsibility to fix it. That's all that I'm saying. Gotta block them, man. Gotta block them. I just don't have time for it. That's why I be on TikTok for the most part, because I can't block nobody on YouTube. I just can put don't recommend this channel. TikTok needs to fix that. I hate that. Allow me to block people. Who are you to stop me from blocking somebody? Every other app. I love that, man. When I block them, it feels so good. I love hitting that block, especially TikTok. When you hit the block, and then you back out of the, blocking them, back out of their profile, back to your feed. They sit there for like 2 or 3 seconds, and then it scrolls past it. I love that, man. I don't know why I do. I block them, and then what I'm saying, I go back, and they're either live streaming. Most of them I'm blocking when they're live streaming, and then it's like 2 or 3 seconds, and it scrolls. Instagram, you block them. By the time you pull out of it, they're gone. So I don't know, man. I get off on it. Okay, I get off. I look for reasons to block people. I do. If I think that you're watching my stuff and you're countering the things I'm saying, blocked. When I see these black dudes that I can tell that are watching my content and they're regurgitating, kind of speaking like me, but they're also trying to counter some of my point. Block. You know what I mean? Block your goofy black ass. You don't do nothing for me. You stealing content from me, my boy. You know what I'm saying? You got to go. You know what? I think you're right about that. Because that first chance is God showing me these people are not right. Because I can tell when they're shady. Even if they're not shading me and my archetype, they're still shady. They're shading someone. They're not being genuine, right? They're out here just saying these weird way of saying things where it seems like they're talking shit about someone or somebody's or whatever without saying it directly, and it's a weird feeling listening to them. So yeah, I believe I should, because every time I don't block someone and give them a second chance, 9 times out of 10 they pop back in my feed and I have to block them. That too. That too. Gen Z and some of Gen Alpha, because my son wanted a cell phone like 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. So them kids in his grades are having cell phones, and he even told me one time that he didn't tell me that the kids are trolling me. He just told me that the kids that he goes to school with, their moms, watch me on YouTube, and I'm like, what? How do they know their moms? I guess their moms told them, right? So now those cheering who don't have a daddy, obviously, if the mom's watching me, then they can just troll me while they're in class. 'Cause they have cell phones, right? So Gen Alpha and Gen Z, and by the comments I was getting, sometimes I started realizing like, oh, these are kids. These are dumbass kids trolling me. These are fatherless kids, right? Like you just know what it is. It's fatherless kids that are not used to being around a male, a grown male, right? They ain't seen it. Daddy ain't there. So they think they're trolling. You're not trolling. You're not trolling. You're looking for a father figure. You're not trolling. You're not fooling no one. You're really not. So once I realized that, and I'm just like, and plus, there's those bot farms. So you're really, and I know it's not people my age and older doing it. We have too many things to be doing. Not even younger millennials would do it. We have too many things to be doing. Now, a Gen Z, slow ass, retarded ass piece of shit, yeah, 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 of course they would, you know? But most of them really like to make counter content, trying to be slick and shady and throw some shade in a video, trying to be cute. And when I say shade, this is what I mean, right? Watching this bitch the other day. So she was like live streaming and she's seen me pop up in her feed. I guess she's familiar with me and my ability to multitask. Some people, especially Gen Zers, try to frame my ability to think fast and multitask as some type of ADHD, right? But it's only because they can't do it. And when Gen Z can't do something or don't have the capacity, they make fun of it. That's what low IQ people do. So I was in her live stream and she was like, she just all of a sudden got up and darted, you know what I'm saying, to the side of the screen and darted back across and was like, you guys, I'm so sorry. I got ADHD. You know what I mean? I gotta get to my other channel. I gotta block, 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 you stupid bitch. Block. Okay? You're not fooling nobody. Okay? You Gen Z people are so fucking stupid. If you would just shut your mouth, just shh, and stop feeling the need to let everybody know how you feel about them, you might be able to get along with other generations. As soon as y'all see somebody you don't like, somebody you claim you don't like them, but if you're watching me and I don't even know you, you're a fan, you're a stan. And since you can't multitask, build multiple platforms, and you're gonna try, bitch, even if I had ADHD, I talk better than you. I think better than you. I look better than you. You know what I'm saying? I get more things done than you in a day. I sleep more efficient than you do. What else you want me to say? I'm a better parent than you. So even if that was true, which it's not, you know what I mean? You're not really saying nothing. So this is how these people move, man. And when I pick up on that, because there's no reason for that. When I'm in a woman's live stream and she likes me, because a lot of women recognize me, I get up in there, they look in that top corner, they see my icon because it's my face, you know what I'm saying? And then they start playing with their hair. Some of them will start, trying to be a little more provocative. They straighten up their back. You know what I'm saying? They sit up straight. Some of them will stand up and give a 360 out of nowhere for no reason. These are women that like the man that just popped up in their live stream. And these other dirty hoes, when I pop up in their live stream and they try to shade me or start talking about, you know what I can't stand? I had one black woman do this. I can't stand these black male podcasters. Always podcasting and talking. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. I'm just trying to, have a look, see what you got going on, man. Here you go. That's how I realized there's a lot of people. And I used to jump into TikTok live streams and there'd be a panel full of people and they would start throwing shade my way, right? Dudes included, dudes included, so it was like, okay, a lot of people watch, they don't engage, and I'm just scrolling and a lot of the people that are in my feed are people that watch me and I don't watch them. So I don't like being at that disadvantage where there's people studying me and and I don't even know them. I don't even watch their content at all. Yeah, I gotta get off of here. I gotta knock out this insanity workout. Probably not. More than likely not. I heard that Trump is Rockefeller. But I mean, I be in those trenches on TikTok, so that's what I'm talking about. I told you I rock with Gen X. Gen X that have the same mindset as myself. Cause I think my friend considers himself a Gen X. My friend Moon, he's like 2 or 3 years older than me. He's still born in the '80s, but I think he considers himself a Gen X. So, y'all know how Gen X is. Like they don't be on no bullshit, man. So when I go to my friend and I be talking stuff, he always be like, I don't know, man. Well, if he was asking me questions, man. You know what I mean? He was asking me questions. Real calm and collected, but Moon be just asking like, I don't know, man. You may be reading too much into that or stuff like that, man. Keeps me honest. Okay, so this person right here, let's ask me favorite scripture. I'm gonna scroll up and we're gonna see if they make any other. This is somebody that's trying to invalidate what I'm saying, right? This is somebody who's a Bible thumper who thinks because he knows scripture, he knows God. Because God sent you over here to correct me, right? Let's keep scrolling and see what else he says. Knew it. Knew it. Knew it. You idiots can't get over on me, man. I know when somebody's about to say too much. First of all, you don't ask nobody any questions like that. You're not my daddy. You ain't my boss. You don't get to ask me what's my favorite scripture. Are we talking about favorite scriptures? Are we talking about Bible quotes? Is that the title of the video? Have I quoted any Bible verses? And let me tell you something else. I hope I lose you. What do you mean? This this is kind of losing me here. Why don't you just get lost? Why are you kinda losing? Get lost. What are you talking about? Why are you here? Why are you still talking to me? Why are you in my comment section trying to correct me? Why are you babbling? Why are you running your mouth to another grown man that don't even give a shit if you wake up tomorrow? What are you doing? Oh, you're trying to make it seem like I'm not a man of God because of the way I speak. You're trying to you're weaponizing the Bible. You're weaponizing scripture to try to make me seem like less of a holy man. You stupid ass piece of shit. Well, whatever you do, what you feel like you need to do. Okay? Do that. I can't stand Christians that weaponize the Bible. You know you do that out of ego, right? When y'all try to make people quote verses, or you Christians that need to hear Jesus Christ said a certain amount of times per video, or a specific scripture, the devil can read that Bible front to back. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, piece of shit? That don't mean nothing. What's your fruit look like? Let me tell you what your rotten fruit looks like. You're stinking ass over here without even showing your face. You're not even man enough to show your face in the avatar picture, okay? While trying to call me out and then tell me, oh, I'm feeling kind of lost. Why don't you get lost then? You're kind of losing me. I don't need to lose you. You need to get lost. I don't need you here. You know the definition of gossip? Who am I talking about specifically to be gossiping? I just told you earlier what I'm doing. Ranting, raving, babbling, chattering. Never said gossiping. Look up what gossiping is, okay? You're just throwing out words to make yourself feel better because you're triggered by me. You stupid, lazy, cowardly, loser piece of shit. Feeling safe behind your phone, talking to a grown ass, sorry, flirting with a grown ass man at 2:37 a.m. Okay? Now, I'm sure it didn't go the way you planned on it going. Don't come over here playing with me. I can switch it up real quick, put your dumb, dirty ass in your place, make you wish your mother had swallowed, and then keep it trucking. Absolutely. I believe in the most high God. I don't know about no little g God, but I believe in the most high, capital G. That's a projection. You know, I'm not angry. I'm correcting. I am an Army veteran. Used to be a staff sergeant. If you're not able to handle a stern black man, a strict black man, handling business and a certain boundaries, then you don't need to be listening to me. Okay? I'm not soft spoken. I'm not here to coddle or nothing like that. Just because a man is getting strict doesn't mean he's angry. Okay? You know what I mean? Trying to throw that little stereotype out there. You know, maybe even a dog whistle. But no, I'm not angry. If I was angry, I wouldn't be online right now. This is all online. This is online. Online BS stuff, okay? All right, well, that's good for you. And I know you might feel like you're doing the right thing, but you're also in here trolling. That's not something God wants you to do. Okay? You cannot think that one sin is lesser than the other. I'm over here minding my business, and you're over here trying to tell me about myself and what I'm doing wrong. That's not your place. You're playing God. That's not your place. See, now you're doing what God's supposed to do. God will understand, or he will punish or whatever he wants to do with his children. It's not your place. You don't need to project onto me how you feel about what I'm doing. You don't know me. You have not watched enough of my content to really have a good assessment of me. So you're ignorant. You're jumping to conclusions, which means you're probably a hater. You're just trying to hide it behind criticism. I've said this before. Haters, they don't want to come off like a hater, try to hide their hate behind constructive criticism. This is what you're doing right now, DJ. Okay? You're a hater because you can swipe. You're a hater because you can do anything else in the world or be anywhere else in the world, but you here in my live stream trying to tell me how to conduct myself as a man of God. Not your place. Not your place. So again, don't come over here think you're gonna be slick and try to like throw shade and hide behind the Bible, and you're not gonna be able to do it. I'm gonna call you out. You're gonna be exposed. I'll make you look stupid at the same time. Okay? Well, hold up. Hey, AJ, where'd you go? Well, all of a sudden you stopped, you know what I'm saying? Did you actually take my advice and scroll? Congratulations. Congratulations. DJ, what happened? You haven't left a comment in like 3 minutes. Did I run you off? I want y'all to understand when I'm online, I am prepared for war. I don't get on here unless I'm prepared for war. I'm always ready for someone to try to run their mouth. So don't ever let, you know what I'm saying, me being smooth and the way I talk fool you. I am ready for any dumb, dirty ass male at any point in time. And also any female have something to say. You know, equal opportunity over here. All of you can get cooked. Okay? Well done. The way black folks like it. Yeah, you're not going to keep asking me questions about, you know what I'm saying, Islam and all this other stuff, man. You just be talking. You just in there trying to, you know, run your mouth. You make sure you pop back up and say something after I say, where'd you go? Want to let me know you're still in here. Bless your heart. Anyway, you guys, do me a favor. Go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to the tribe. You know, what are you waiting for? You know you love it over here. You know what I mean? Drop a comment. If you want to troll, I will cook you up like I did these two idiots right here. Okay? And I'll probably be a little bit more lethal with it. I got more time to think because the comment, you know what I'm saying, not a live stream. So be careful. Be careful. Be very careful. I ain't going to cuss you up. I'm going to say some stuff to you that you're going to always think about, probably for the rest of your life. Right? Trust and believe. That's kind of stuff I do. I'm a Leo. So you guys, appreciate you. Hit that like button again. Subscribe. Drop a comment. I will be back on here in a little bit. I have to knock out this workout. 30 minutes. And I'll be back on here. Well, 30 minutes plus shower. Give me about 40 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Be back on here. Live streaming. Reaction videos. Knock out a few before I got to get my son up for school. Okay? I got homework today. Supposed to done that yesterday. Okay. I hate doing my homework the day it's due. I've been doing pretty good about getting it done early. I hate turning it in the day it's due. All right, well, whatever. It's due today. I'll turn it in today, and then you know what? I'll do the rest of my homework today and turn it in early. That's what I'm gonna do. Anyway, y'all, appreciate y'all. Love and light. I'm your brother, and I'm out.
It's on you. Hey, hold on. Bitch, be quiet. Lot of niggas fake, so I'm moving in silence.